Hello, welcome to the another session of heat transfer. So we are discussing regarding heat exchangers. So till now we have discussed regarding the LMTD method of solving the problems of heat exchangers. Now we will discuss the NTU method of NTU method or effectiveness method to solve the heat transfer problems. In order to solve this, in order to adopt this effectiveness method or NTU method, NTU is nothing but number of transfer units method. It is also called as effectiveness method. So in the problem, most of the time the exit temperature of both the fluids are not given, are unknown. So as you can see, so this is the procedure that we are discussing today related to the method by which we can solve the problem using NTU or effectiveness method, NTU effectiveness method. So in this problem NTU method, so the very first basic requirement is the exit temperature of both the fluids are unknown here. So that is small t2, that is the exit temperature of the cold fluid, and capital T2, that is the exit temperature of the hot fluid, are unknown. If exit temperature of both the fluids are unknown, then we have to go with this NTU method or effectiveness method. Okay, so first thing, the first thing you have to identify the type of heat exchanger, whether it is a parallel flow heat exchanger or it is a counter flow heat exchanger or any cross flow heat exchanger. First you identify whether the type of heat exchanger arrangement it is, which type of heat exchanger arrangement it is. First you identify the type. Later on, calculate a specific heat capacity of hot fluid. CH is nothing but specific heat capacity. Heat capacity of the hot fluid, it is given by m dot h Cph, right? So mass flow rate will be already given in the problem statement. Similarly, specific heat value will be given. So CH can be calculated. CH is nothing but heat capacity of a hot fluid, heat capacity of the hot fluid. Then similarly we need to calculate the heat capacity of the cold fluid. So this heat capacity of the cold fluid is given by m dot c Cpc. Okay, so the product of mass flow rate into specific heat will give the heat capacity of hot fluid and cold fluid. So identify this as A and B. Okay, now compare the values of CH and CC. Okay, so after multiplying these values you will get one number. Okay, so now compare those values. Okay, so and equate and substitute or substitute the smaller value of these two. Okay, so either A will be smaller or B will be the smaller, either of these two equation, one will be having a smaller value and another value will be higher. Okay, compare these two and equate the smaller value as C minimum. Okay, equate the smaller value as C minimum and a larger value as C max and larger value as C max. Okay, then calculate C. C is equal to, it is the ratio of C minimum by C max. Okay, so calculate the value of C here. So using these two values, C minimum and C max. Okay, now after this you calculate the number of transfer units. N is equal to UA divided by C minimum. So U value will be already given in the problem, area will also be given in the problem. So we using this is C minimum, so you go with this equation, N is equal to UA divided by C minimum. Okay, so once you solve for this N, so later on the next part is to calculate the effectiveness of the heat exchanger. So to calculate this effectiveness of the heat exchanger, so you have to go through the data handbook. So here is the data handbook. So for the corresponding, so it is on page number 153. As you can see here, it is on page number 153 of 8th edition. So effectiveness equation is there for different types of heat exchanger. So for parallel flow heat exchanger, take the equation. This is the equation to calculate the effectiveness of the heat exchanger. If it is a counter flow heat exchanger, then you have to go with this expression. Okay, this expression, right? So as you can see here, there is a value of N is there, C is there. So these values, initially these values should be calculated. Later on there is a one more equation for cross flow heat exchanger where both fluids are unmixed. So to calculate the effectiveness, this is the equation that you have to go with. Okay, if it is a cross flow heat exchanger with both fluids mixed, then you have to go with this expression. So these are the some of the effectiveness equations depending upon the type of heat exchanger. Either it may be parallel flow heat exchanger or a counter flow heat exchanger. So accordingly we have to go with these expressions of heat exchangers. Accordingly the type of heat exchanger it is. Okay, so after calculating this effectiveness, so we have to go with we have to calculate the value of q. Q is equal to effectiveness C minimum into bracket T1 minus T1. So with respect to T1, inlet temperature of the hot fluid T1 and inlet temperature of cold fluid small t1, so there is one more equation, that is q is equal to, so this equation is also there in your data handbook, so you can go through this. Okay, I will show you here. So q is equal to, right, q is equal to, for NTU method, as you can see here, so for q is equal to effectiveness multiplied by C minimum into bracket T1 minus T1. So this is the expression that you have to make use, in order to calculate the rate of heat transfer, that is q, through the heat exchanger q. Okay, once you get the value of q, once you get the value of q, later on you can implement this value q is equal to, so that is heat lost by the hot fluid. So heat lost by the hot fluid is equal to heat gained by the cold fluid. So this is the expression, q is equal to, this is for hot fluid, q is equal to m dot h cph into bracket T1 minus T2. So the T2 will be the only unknown, so this can be calculated. So calculate T2, the exit temperature of the hot fluid. Later on, for same q value, so equate q is equal to m dot c cpc into bracket T2 minus T1. So this is for cold fluid, m dot c cpc into T2 minus T. So from this equation calculate T2. T2 is the, small t2 is the exit temperature of the cold fluid. Okay, so this is the procedure, small procedure is there that you have to follow to solve the problems using NTU method or effectiveness method. And also this is the procedure that you have to adopt if exit temperature, so this, if exit temperature of both fluids are unknown. So if this is the condition, then you have to adopt NTU method or effectiveness method to solve the problem. Okay, thank you.